Guys, so I got another video coming for you today. This is another quick tips, and what I wanted to focus on for this one was a lot of people have asked me about how many projects to work on, or to keep going at a time. Should you just focus solely on one project? Should you have a couple projects going, or what's the best idea or structure for that? So for me, everybody's going to have their own different, their own way of doing things. But for me personally, I think it's a good range to have two or three. With doing one, you're going to be focusing solely on one. And for me, I might get into an area where I get a little stuck, or I'm not sure exactly where I want to go with the expression, or where I want to go with the character, or how I want to add the bass, something like that. So I like to take a break from it and come back to it with a fresh eye. So that's why I have at least two or three. Because when you do that, you have a couple of them that you can kind of flip back and forth between. When you get past three, that's when you start getting overwhelmed and kind of jumbled, and sometimes you're going to find it difficult to finish a project because you're trying to balance so many of them out, whereas you just need to take one at a time and just finish it. That way you can get them out. So that's the magic number for me. I'd say around two or three. At times you're going to be having more sometimes, because that's how I am right now. I have a few more projects than I should. I have two of the Halloween Kickstarters I'm working on, and then I'm also working on another Monster Love piece. So that's the main three I'm focusing on, but I also have another one for a friend and another one for my grandmother, but those are all personal pieces, so they still try to fit into the schedule, but they kind of fit around all the other projects. But here's another look into my process. So here I have a whole bunch of sketches, and these are the sketches that you see me do every night. But the way that I work with my process is they stay up here, until I either figure out I don't like them anymore and I scrap them, or I do like them and I decide to actually put them into motion and start finishing them, in which case I'll move them to either a larger base or a wall piece, and then after that I'll start working on them and get them finished. But these are things that rack up, and I let them sit for a little while until I get to them. But really letting them sit there and coming back to them with a fresh eye a few weeks later lets you really judge on whether the character is really there, whether it's really important enough that you want to spend the extra time to finish it. So that's basically my process and how I work with pieces. The other thing is I got these over here that will be on wall pieces. So I got pieces of wood with plexiglass on them. So when I decide to finish a piece, I either shift it to a bigger base, or I'll shift it to one of those wall plaques. But yeah, so there you go. Basically, I think 2 to 3 pieces is a good area to be in, just because of the fact that if you get stuck on one thing, you can kind of flip back and forth. You can come back to it with a fresh eye. On your break from one piece, you might start coming up with new ideas that you didn't think of before, and that type of stuff. So if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. Thanks for checking out the video, following my YouTube channel. If there's anything else you guys want to see, some tips, ideas, inspirations, I'll be sharing a lot more, so just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.